What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. So I got a box in the mail, and I think I know what it is, but I kind of don't remember ordering it. So we're gonna open it up right now and see what we got, and that's gonna be the title of this video. Is whatever this is, we're gonna install it, unless it's like something crazy like a turbo, but I doubt it. So I'm just gonna set you down here. All right. See if I can even open this thing. It's almost like Christmas, you know, you just order a bunch of car parts and then every day it's just like something new that you weren't expecting. Alright. Oh! Okay, I remember ordering this. It's a P3 digital gauge. So this is not just the boost gauge. This has, it's like the visual interface digital gauge something. I don't remember. It's the VIDI one. So it shows like all sorts of data that the engine has. Oil temp, oil pressure, I hope. Water temp, boost. I can measure like 0 to 60 if I have the track pack. Which I did think I ordered. I think that's this part, maybe. I don't know, maybe it's this thing. Who knows? We're gonna figure this out, go through over on how to install this. But yeah, let's go ahead and start this video. Alright, so if anybody out there has ordered from ECS Tuning, what is up with these $100 wine vouchers? I have like 7 of these things and I'm not gonna use them. Kind of crazy. So from here, what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to remove the vent out of the S4 and take it over here because I did not buy the one that was already integrated into the vent because I kind of wanted to learn how to do it myself, as well as provide a better video for you guys, for those who did not order it with the vent. So I'm just gonna basically lay out all the parts here and go over what we got. So obviously this is gonna be the wiring harness that's gonna plug right here. This part goes into the car OBD2, and this is gonna go into the basically the management of this entire gauge, which is gonna be this box right here. So this is gonna connect in right there, boom, that's that. And let's figure out what this is. So this is gonna be the gauge itself. It's a digital gauge. We're going to integrate this into the stock vent by the driver's side, on the driver's side by the steering wheel, and it's got a nice protective film over here. So I'm going to leave that on. But basically, this just gets wired in through the gauge, back to the gauge where all the fuse box is, and it plugs into this. And that's pretty it. It's pretty much it. It's kind of simple. This must be the track pack software that's going to allow me to record my 0 to 60, quarter mile, a few other things. I just thought it would be better to get this. I think it was like a $25 edition. Yeah, so this is just like a little microchip that's going to probably plug somewhere on here. Figure that out a little bit later. And some directions. Perfect. So the first step is I'm going to install the track pack software and the new microchip into the new basically harness. Get my scissors here. Open up this pretty nice protective film. It's kind of awesome that they actually package these really well. Oh, and I got a drain plug. That's cool. Guess I'll use that. So essentially, there are there's 2 tabs on each side of this box. You're going to get a little screwdriver or a pry tool, and you want to separate this entire box just like this. And this microchip is going to replace the one that's already in there. It's essentially a software update that allows new, basically, monitors to be read. Wow, this is like wrapped very nicely. So there it is. Going to be pretty gentle with this thing. It's a new microchip. Going to leave it in there until I can separate the box. Alright, so I have my extremely small screwdriver, and basically just gonna kind of like gently insert and twist. There it is. Easy enough. There's the microchip right there. Do we have enough light? I don't know if you can see this. And from here, just kind of pops right out. According to the directions, there is a little notch on one side of, it's up here, but you can, on one of the sides of the new chip, and that's the way you want to face into the OBD. So there we have it. Put this back together. Perfect. Track pack's installed. I'm gonna keep this aside just in case I run into any issues. Say the track pack doesn't work or something. I'm just gonna keep this. Make sure that I have that just in case, as well as the instructions if I forget how to install the other one. And now we can install the gauge on the stock vent. Alright, so the first step is to remove, we're going to remove the fuse panel right here. There is a little groove that you can kind of fit a flathead into, and basically just like pry it apart. There's the clip. Should be able to get a finger in there and separate this. Oh. So this is just going to pop right off. There we go. Set that aside. And we have our fuses. So basically all the wiring is going to run back through here. And now to get the vent out, this entire panel actually just clips right off. Easy enough. Didn't break any tabs. So don't worry about that too much. It just unclips very easily. And now we can pull our vent out. There. And from here the vent should just be able to wiggle out. I'll try and do it. There we go. Got it with one hand. And basically there's a connector on the bottom for the, right there, that orange connector. I'm gonna have to put the camera down. But basically just separate that. Alright, so as I was pulling the gauge out, I completely ripped all the vents off, like the little vents that go with the gauge. So that's kind of been a mess for the past like 10 minutes trying to figure out how to put this thing back together. But until then I'm just gonna like put the gauge in, and I basically wired it in through the, not the farthest left one, but the second one, just because the left one is kind of small. Like I don't really want to force it. But basically it just fits in the slots, clips right in there, and that's how it sits and presents. But it's kind of just like not wanting to really go in there. It's like, it's supposed to be like an easy fitment, but I don't know if it clicks. No, it just like wants to fall out. Kind of annoying. Hope it doesn't like fall out on me when I'm like hauling ass. So after probably 30 minutes of screwing around with these little vents, because they came apart when I took the gauge out, or when I took the vent out, it looks good now. It looks great. I don't even know if you can see anything. Maybe I can adjust. Oh, that's way better. Yeah, so like these all of them, every single vent flew, every single like little blade flew out. And it was a pain in the ass. It took me at least 30 minutes to try and get this. But it doesn't fully close all the way, which is kind of sucks. But then again, if you don't want any airflow, you can just, you know, cut the vent, the flap in the back, right here. Open, close, open, close. So that's basically it. I'm gonna go ahead and install this vent in the car now. Okay, so from here, the vent kind of just, you want to clip this back in. So once that's clipped back in, just let it kind of hang gently, and you can feed the wiring back. Once that's right there, you can pop the gauge back into place, aiming for the vent system back there. You can kind of see right there. There, so that is in place. Make sure it's nice and secured. Try not to push on those vents. Also, this thing likes to pop out. Like if you just push there, it pops out. So
I don't like that. I might have to put like some tape right here on the edge on the little pins so that it doesn't fly off. But that's about it. Now that is secured. Now we can put this triangle back on to make it nice and pretty. I gotta set this down. So from here we have our whole wiring harness and box connected. I already connected the cables into the OBD into the main like computer of the gauge, and from here basically plug this like Ethernet looking cable into here. One hand, car installer, click, done. Now basically want to route this all in here onto the back corner because there's some other electrical wiring. Basically you just like shove in there. Boom, boom, boom. Probably gonna use some zip ties. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Alright, so because they kind of lied about how this is supposed to fit back there behind the fuses, I'm actually gonna take this panel off. There is a 8mm here, an 8mm down there, and I should be able to like get some clearance and then pop this whole thing in there. That way the wiring's nice and cleanly tucked behind. So after moving those two bolts right here, I was able to just kind of like break this free a little bit just so I had enough room to slide the harness down into there. You can't really see, there we go, but it's in there, it's tucked in there. And I'm also gonna wire up this black cable which goes into the OBD port. I'm gonna zip tie it right here. That way if I ever need access to it, if I unplug the OBD down by the feet to connect, you know, a scanner or anything, I will be able to disconnect it and not lose track of this cable. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that now, and I'm gonna put this face back on. And that is it for the install of the P3 VIDI gauge. Let's go ahead and see if this thing turns on. Yes! We have boost! That's boost. What else do we have? Whoa, negative 28. I wish I had positive 28. That'd be nice. That was boost. Coolant. 93. Alright. Air. Off. Wait, 0. Never mind. That makes sense. I think. I don't know. Maybe I need to hook up. I think it's intake air temp, I hope. Maybe I don't have to hook that up. No, that's air. What's that? I don't know what the heck that was. Whoa, don't be flashing at me. What does that mean? What does that mean? Throttle. Okay, that's position probably. Throttle position sensor. Dude, I can't read their abbreviations. Maybe this is probably fuel. That might be HPA. Speed. Well, that's good. I'm going 0 miles an hour. 0 to 60. Ready. Oh, I'm gonna have some fun with this thing. Battery. 13.9 volts. That's good. AFR. I don't really know what those numbers mean. Boost. That's obviously the one that everyone loves. Boost. Sweet. Time to go take this thing out for a spin. So after playing with this a little bit, going into configuration menu, I found that honestly going on to their website on basically configuring based on the codes and your type of car, and they have different like readings on it because it can read off of MAF, all that stuff, an analog boost sensor. So basically like adjusting the configuration settings based on your car is what you're going to want to do. So I'm just basically on their website reading over like here is the install, and basically like there we go. Basically like what you're gonna need to do to make sure that it's gonna like mate with your car's ECU and your tune and all that stuff properly. So I'm actually talking to a friend of mine. He's helping me walk through on how to do it perfectly, as well as looking on P3 Cars website to try and figure out some more of that stuff. So overall, I really like the gauge. I think it really matches well with the S4's stock gauge cluster. I think it blends in perfectly, but something to complain about, because I have to complain about something. Audi, first of all, you suck at making vents. Second of all, it's still kind of like falling out of the holes. Like, I don't know, I'm probably just gonna put some like masking tape or something under there because that like panel, that silver panel right there kind of clips over it. So shouldn't be able to see it. We'll see. Hopefully it kind of like secures itself and it doesn't fall off, which I don't think it will, but just still kind of, I don't know. Anyway, thanks for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I am extremely stoked to get this on my car so I can monitor everything. But anyway, I will see you all in the next one. Peace.